My name is Gibson, and I'm the creator of the Personal Development School. This is your daily breakthrough video, and in this video, I want to talk to you about the importance of incorporating self-love into your dating life. So I think we've all heard the old quote, like, to truly love somebody, you have to truly love yourself, or something along those lines. And it sounds super cheesy and super cliche, but I literally cannot stress, just psychologically and based on how the subconscious mind works, the absolute necessity of learning this. Now, here's the reason that this is so important. And it's that our subconscious mind has a comfort zone and will do everything it can to maintain that comfort zone. So the practical application of it is this. If I have a subconscious comfort zone, for example, where I constantly criticize myself in my internal dialogue, I constantly put myself down, beat myself up. I'm such a perfectionist. I'm constantly telling myself how I'm not good enough, what I need to do better, what I'm not doing enough of, why I'm going to fail. If I'm doing this all the time, guess who I find attractive? People who treat me that way too. Consciously, no. Consciously, my mind's like, this is BS. I don't like this person. I don't like the way they talk to me. Subconsciously, I may keep going back to somebody over and over again that speaks to me that way because my subconscious mind at the end of the day is survival driven. And everything that feels familiar, the subconscious mind associates with survival. So we don't just see this with internal dialogue. We see this with boundaries. We see this with, dismissiveness and patterns of behavior in relationships, or if people are violating our boundaries or ignoring our boundaries. I mean, it comes in all different forms. But what you'll generally see is if you look back, we call this your relationship shadow in PDS. If you look back at the past 3 major relationships you've had, and you look at the things that bothered you the most, a lot of the time, if you get really honest, you'll see that you do those same things to yourself on autopilot in different forms. Now, I'm not saying it's your fault at all. It's actually a representation of like past trauma that imprinted your subconscious mind and then became a comfort zone as a result. So like if you are really self-critical, you probably had a parent, a coach, a caregiver, some influential person in your life who criticized you a lot growing up. And so that became a program that got conditioned into you. And now we repeat these patterns of behavior in the relationship to ourselves over and over again. So when we talk about the idea of self-love, what we're trying to actually do, and so much of what the personal development school is all about, is like you come inside and it's all the tools and resources you have in step-by-step format to literally help you build a secure relationship to yourself first and to learn to love yourself first properly. We actually have a great course you can check out for free on this. That's 8 major tools to properly self-love. And it's actually about reconditioning your subconscious comfort zone to be one of self-love in relationship to self. So we can feel self-compassion, we can feel patience, we can absolve ourselves of like really negative internal dialogue. We can learn our boundaries. We can learn to communicate and protect ourselves and show up for our needs. And by doing these different things internally first, and again, you can check it out for free. You can use the link below and it'll take you into the all access pass, and you can just type in self-love and the course will come up on your dashboard. You have access to all the courses though, but that's this one specifically for the topic. So what you'll be able to do here, right, is when you change the way you treat yourself in your actions, your behaviors, the way you treat your emotions, the way you are in your internal dialogue, just through a few specific tools, what then ends up taking place is your subconscious comfort zone changes. And then when you have that person who comes along that maybe you used to be attracted to or keep going back to, who's really critical or really negative or violates your boundaries, our subconscious mind actually hears those alarm bells. It's like, whoa, this is super. Before it might have just been your conscious mind that's like, this isn't right. Something's not right here. This isn't okay. But yet our subconscious, who's really the one running the show at the end of the day, keeps pushing back into that same relationship or going back to that same person for that familiarity and survival purpose. But in this case, when you recondition that, now your subconscious feels the alarm bells. And when somebody treats you that way or does something that's not appropriate, that's not healthy, it's no longer familiar to you. So it actually feels like, whoa, we want to stay away from that. We want to get away from that. We don't like that. And our behaviors will line up, right? We'll consciously and subconsciously recognize what's okay for us and not. Now, the interesting thing here and sort of the cool tip that you should know is that your conscious mind is taking in, well, your subconscious and unconscious mind collectively are taking in up to 1 billion bits per second of data, kind of on average. And only 40 to 60 out of 1 billion bits per second of data make it all the way to your conscious mind. So you may meet somebody on a first date, and maybe after like 2 hours of eating dinner and chatting and hanging out, you're like, oh, I can't really know that much about them. And yet, why do we keep finding ourselves in the same relationship with people who tend to treat us in a similar way, right? It's like our internal world is on repeat, right? We keep feeling the same way. We feel not good enough, or we keep feeling afraid of being abandoned, or we keep feeling unworthy, or we keep feeling like we can't trust, and we keep attracting people like that. So why is this all happening? Well, it's because subconsciously, after 2 hours, you actually have picked up on a lot of information about a person. And, by their eye contact, how when they look at you, their facial expressions, how they stand towards you, how they move towards you. And consciously, you only have, so much of that information. And so we may be like, oh, I don't know. Why do I keep going back to similar people? Why do I keep attracting the same type of person in my life? Why is my type this type of person? A lot of it has to do with that. And again, does that person represent your subconscious comfort zone? What is it within yourself? And just the absolute necessity of caretaking for yourself in this area and this way. So you build a securely attached relationship to yourself, and then you are also attracted to securely attached people. So I hope this makes a lot of sense. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you're here a lot and you haven't already. I would super appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video.